Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this. From the Daily Mail. Yes, this is a doozy. Mayor Blasio wife is branded a disgrace for having a staff of, get this, 14 people, including a 70,000 holy shit videographer who filmed her baking cookies, while crime soars after 1 billion NYPD cuts and trash piles up on streets as 22,000 city jobs face the chop. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, 70,000 videographer. Fuck myself. Even I can do a better job than that guy, and he earns 70,000. The nepotism. Oh, being the diversity hire. Oh, I wish I was one of those minorities that receives so much help. This is absurd. And the idiot even has the balls to hire this many people and then cut $1 billion from NYPD budget and then threatens 22,000 people to lose their jobs. How do people keep voting for idiots like them? There ought to be some sort of voting fraud to allow this to happen. There's absolutely no fucking way that somebody like this can get into power. There's absolutely no way. I can't explain. Holy shit, this guy needs to be impeached. There's no other way around. Holy fuck. And then he has the audacity to come and cry into Trump's foot and beg, please bail me out. I cannot even think or fathom the idea of losing my 14 staff. Oh my god. Meanwhile, he actually is a goddamn anti-Semite who actually attacked the Jewish community in New York by blocking them and even blocking parks and places where Jewish people go. Meanwhile, letting the BLM rioters roam free and destroy the city. And then defund the police, meanwhile causing the crime to soar. Oh my fucking god, what in the actual fuckity fuck is going on? By fucking god, you guys fucking ruined the city. And no, this is not even the case of let them eat cake. This is the case of let them eat cookies. Jesus Christ. Alright, back to the news. Shirlane MacLeod enjoys a core team of 8 full-time staff who cost the city a combined 1.1 million in annual salaries, including, according to her office. Holy shit, sources told the city that she also has at least another 6 staff who do not feature on the official roster, taking her workforce to 14 with a 2 million price tag. Imagine the wages that you can pay with the already very low paid police officers in New York. Imagine the amount of people you could actually help and save. It's not just 14. You could actually go with the very crappy wages that it's already being paid to the police officers in New York. You could probably save at least 20 or maybe even more. Police officers' jobs with the amount of useless staff you have to pamper some fucking aristocratic lady. Seriously. And then they say that they are for the people, that they defend the rights of... God, this is triggering me. One staff is a videographer with a salary of 70,000. Jesus fucking Christ, who was tasked with filming MacLeod baking ginger snaps for a social media video during the lockdown. Oh, fuck me. Another is a holy shit on a pickle. Another is a 150,000 a year senior advisor, Debash Nagash, who was recruited in April, 1 week after the Blasio announced the hiring freeze. Oh yeah, I forgot these rules for thee, but not for me. Really? Yonkers voiced outrage on Twitter, calling the news maddening. Yeah, maddening is one way of putting it, but I think he's underselling it. Her 14-strong team comes as her husband warned 22,000 city workers could lose their job in the fall due to the toll on the pandemic on the city's budget. The Blasio has already asked $1 billion from NYPD budget while crime surges. Yes, this is coming back to the time before Trump saved New York, where crime and the city was going downhill. Cuts have been made to essential public services, leaving rubbish pile on the streets and the homeless rife. I'm not gonna read the entire article because Daily Mail writes a lot of stuff and... Suffice to say, here it is. Here is the amount of money that you're spending on people like them. This is the type of stuff that you're paying. This is the money being wasted on. This is the type of people you elect. Look at this. They are defunding the police. The police in New York, they are actually actively defunding the police in New York, causing the crimes to soar. The wealthiest people and the wealthiest neighborhoods, the rich people in New York, which have the means to leave the city, have already left or are in process of leaving. And what happens when you lose the rich people in the city? Well, you lose a very high income. You lose the taxes they pay. You lose the what's the word that I'm looking for? The status that they bring, because when a rich person goes, another rich person will show up, and another, and with that more money will come. But with that you lose the status, the status, you lose it. And when you lose the status, you lose the enticement of other rich people from coming in, which is actually just part of the enticement, the lower taxes and safety and etc., which will bring more rich people. Well, you lost that too. So that's why even Cuomo, who is a stupid guy, even begged the other rich people to stay and that he would pay from his own pocket their lunch. But now, here we have Mayor de Blasio. As I'm told, is Wilhelm causing the expulsion of rich people. In fact, rich people pay more in taxes. They are much more solvent, I think, would be the better word, than someone who is poor and still pay taxes, because a poor person will actually benefit more than they actually pay in taxes in a city, because the government itself pay more on road maintenance, city maintenance, the average sewage water treatment, police, even healthcare workers in some situations, the infrastructure around the person and more. It costs way more than the person pays in taxes when it's a poor person. But when a rich person pays taxes, it actually covers that amount and covers more and covers partly of some of the poor people, which is why it's essential that the rich people does not flee. This is what happens when you enact very high taxes. You have rich people fleeing, even in countries itself. For instance, in Latin America, when someone is rich, the first thing they do is leave the country. And as soon as I get rich, I'm fucking getting the shit out of here. Why? Because you are taxed to death. And when you're taxed to death, you go to a fiscal paradise or you move out. Because there's no point. Your money, even if you are taxed to death, you see your money, it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to the pocket of politicians. And in this case, you saw it. It goes on the pocket of the Blasio. Yeah. And it pays a staff of 14 people doing absolutely nothing and just pampering his ugly wife. Holy shit on a pickle. This is the type of stuff that you are paying. Look, whatever this thing is, it's at 150,000. Holy shit. There ought to be some investigation to see what in the actual fuck is this guy doing. Holy shit, a speechwriter. Even I can write speeches for half of this price. And living in New York, it means that I would actually live in a better place than the shithole I'm currently stuck at. Look at this. You know what? I'm gonna throw you a bone. I'm gonna write your speeches for $40,000 a year. Is that better? I can actually do that. And probably even do it for less. Or $150,000 a year, senior advisor. I'm gonna be your advisor for half this price. But nope. Holy shit, what did the result? Despite an investment of... oh, the mental health thingy. Homeless, violence, all things. Well, welcome. This is the city. The city that the great New York is being driven to the ground by these people. Please, Trump, save New York. You saved it once. I think you can do it again. And hopefully you do it before the city is completely and absolutely unsalvageable by these people. Holy shit on a pickle. Oh my fucking god. Look, shooting incidents, shooting victims. The only good thing is the felony assault and rape. Everything else increased. Congratulations. This is absurd. This is absurd. This is... I can't possibly... Holy crap. Jesus Christ. It's just... I don't know. Please do something. Vote these people out, Americans. Please, don't ruin America. Don't let this guy never be anything more than a mayor. Impeach him, please. Do something. Don't ruin America, please. Don't ruin it. Thank you for watching. Good night.